All right, we're launching straight back into it. A brand new challenged 15-minute city. I decided we're going to do these in order. We're just going to knock them over one by one. So this is technically video number 3, even though it's challenge number 2. We'll catch up eventually, I'm sure. Get a lucky full house on this first one, straight into it. So we've got the bus, catch the bus card. We're basically going to ignore it. We had a few runs at this challenge already and trying to make the bus thing work, and it wasn't working for us. So we gave up on it. Straights are going to be good for us eventually, but we get a couple of lucky full houses and a shiny greedy joker to start up. Why not be greedy? We'll be abusing Arcana packs pretty regularly, trying to get some more diamonds happening to make the greedy joker happier. Make them trigger more often. And then we're going to get another star off the fool here. Easy, keep the joker happy and continue on with our day. Spades are debuffed. At this point, this run is from a few dozen hours ago as far as my experience level with the game, and I wasn't aware of just how little debuffed cards matter. Nowadays, where we ignore the fact that they're debuffed, and we probably would have made different choices there with our star. But we're pretty heavy face cards, so the smiley face has probably got a good medium strength joker for the mid game. We'll continue to get lucky with our full houses and cruise through the early game here. Another star is going to be super helpful. Let's hope we get something tasty in the spectral pack. We've got the Wraith for a rare joker or a purple seal. We go Wraith and we get really lucky. We get Ancient Joker here. Ancient Joker is obviously the nut high. Really, really strong card. And given that we're already focusing on one suit, the Ancient Joker is going to be really good 25% of the time. And we can just luck our way into a smeared joker and up that from 25% to 50% of the time. So now it's just red and black. Red and black, red and black. Not red and yellow, sadly, but piff all those cards. Make some diamonds. And we discard these 4, which I think is a bit odd because we were already on diamonds there, but we opt for the full house here. Not necessarily an error. Certainly, like, we're well ahead of the curve here, so we're pretty comfy. Pretty comfy. Happy to keep cruising and continue to abuse some Arcana packs. Pretty ordinary one. We get an Emperor, but we get a Hanged Man off the Emperor, which is pretty great. And we can start trimming our deck down, start reducing the number of non-relevant cards we have. And once again, almost make an error there and make a red card into a red card, but fix it at the last second. Skip this blind to try and mise a good negative joker. Piff some garbage. Because we've got the 2 Eternal Jokers, we can't sell the Ride the Bus, even though I don't think we trigger it one time in this entire run. So we're just playing on handicap mode. We are going to pretend that we've got 4 joker slots. We get the trigger the face card again, and we sell the Devil thinking that might be enough money. But then we have a big think about it and realize that Smeared and Ancient are just such good friends that we're going to probably pass. Interestingly, well, maybe not interestingly. Anyway, we move on. Discard a bunch of guff. I'm going to star here again and just continue making our deck as red as humanly possible. Go for a full house, which ends up being a flush house because of the smeared joker. And the greedy joker, ancient joker combo is just really good fun. Get some free money for no reason, and we'll paintbrush, because paintbrush is fantastically strong. More cards, more options, just good times all round really. Another flush house. And the scores are just racking up. We're really, really ahead of the curve here, so might as well make hay while the sun shines. And we've unlocked series, which is great too. So now that Celestial card becomes available to us, we'll be able to start doubling down on that. We death into an extra jack here. Interesting choice. Out of a mediocre Arcana pack. Just leaning really heavily on 5 and 6s of a kind, just trying to get our deck as many face cards as possible. Basically to rub it in the face of the ride the bus. If it's really a 15-minute city, then we'll be doing a lot of walking. I've never really trusted buses anyway. They're my least favourite form of public transport. Trams all the way. We make a lucky queen and head into the house. I'm just going to discard a bunch of cards. I think this is the right play for the house. Just use 2 discards and find out exactly what you're playing with. We star again, more red, and look at this. Straight flush. How you doing? So Ancient Joker's on black here, which is a bit sucky for us, but on a scale of 1 to sucky, I think we're doing quite well. We've even got shortcuts, so we can make some cheeky straight flushes that aren't even straights, which is very cool. And we go for a mediocre full house here. Picking up at least a 1 times multiplier, one trigger off the Ancient Joker, which is nothing to sneeze at. More tarot cards, please. Give us some decent ones. And we're going to make another lucky queen here. Sticking to the plan of more red cards, more face cards. And just generally milk the living daylights out of it. Speaking of, here's another flush house. Ancient Joker's on red. And we just go ballistic. With 5 times minimum. Off one hand. Again, we're just really ahead of the curve. And we're feeling pretty comfortable about this run. When it all goes together, got to be kind of happy about it. Death by beheading. We love a bit of death. Nothing wrong with it. Piff some garbage, rinse and repeat. Oh, we actually pivot here and go for a full house. Interesting choice. It works. Why not? We had the garbage little pair. Ancient Joker was on red. Might as well make hay while the sun shines. Moon? I don't think so. Free money all the way into the next one. The Manacle, one of our favourite bosses, especially given that we've got the paintbrush, basically nullifying their drawback, making them very blank for us. Another full house. Now coming up, I think we make a mistake because you'll see in a moment, but we buy the hieroglyph. And I think we're comfortably in control of this game at the moment. I don't think we need to go hieroglyph. Like, our deck is pretty stable. We're scoring well ahead of the curve. Free money. There's not really a lot of reason to prolong the run. So we do buy the hieroglyph, and I don't think that's the right move. I think we would have been better off just continuing to play. And it would have made this video shorter for you too, so my apologies. Still, a tasty score. And we move on to the next shop. More money, more money. Just keep cranking out Arcana packs, hoping for stars and I guess death, but we're not getting a lot of goodness, so we're gonna start improving our cards. A couple of rerolls, another Hierophant, and we're off into the big blind, piffing the garbage. You know what we're doing here. Rinse and repeat. Hierophant, make things better, bigger, more human, more organs, more straight flushes, flush houses. And for the first time in a long time, we don't get there on the very first hand. Trying to get 5 jacks, we miss unfortunately. For the 5 of a kind. What's it called? A flush 5? Yes. Anyway, we don't quite get the flush 5 there, but You can't have everything. Where would you put it? More arcanas, so more face cards here. We get a lucky pair of 10s. Turn it into infinite jacks, and we're into the wall, which wants to be challenging, but frankly isn't even remotely scary for us right now. Play our first house. Ancient Joker's on red, and we crash through the wall like the Kool-Aid man. Easy done, easy done. We like shiny cards, so we'll do that. Couple of rerolls. We luck into a series. Level that up again. Looking for another series here. We get a Bupkis, so we skip the pack just to try and teach it who's boss. Get another one here. A straight flush. With shortcut, we have got a lot more capacity to make straight flushes, so why not make the most of it? Whose house? Flush house. Alright. Job done. And we're on once more. More straight flush cards, just in case. But we would prefer series. And we don't get it. Into the Arcana pack. Falls on Neptune. Interesting choice. Not sure in retrospect I would have done that. But what's done is done. We break up this 4 of kings to make a flush house. Again, you know, might be over-analysing things there because obviously we crush it with a 3x, but not sure that it's exactly where we want to be. Trim the deck a little bit more. So we've only done that twice, right? Because we're at 48 cards now. I thought we did that a lot more times. Oh, maybe we do it here. We do it later on. So we trim again. Trimming the low cards rather than the black jack. Again, an interesting choice, but let's get some free money and head into the Ox. Now here, if we play the flush house, if we play our most commonly played hand, we lose all our money. So we're going to try and manipulate this into something else. And here we have a straight flush, which seems pretty great for us. It doesn't trigger the Ox, and it crushes the score. So, nice maneuverability there. Good up, like the deck has the, you know, the capacity to change. Not happy with making the mistake of the hieroglyph once. We double down and make the mistake again. But then we just skip a few blinds to make the most of it. And get a couple of extra queens. Making the deck almost half face cards now. A straight flush, an actual straight flush. No cheating required. Only 12,000 points off that though, so really do need to be focusing on the flush fives, the hands that we've improved. Another one of the lessons from this game is that as good as the good hands look, if they're not the focus of your deck, if they're not the ones your deck has really been focused on improving, then they're not going to scale well enough to get the scores that you need in the late game. So cruising now, we pick up a garbage can. We're deep into round 7. I call it round, but like I think the language that they've got in this game is a little bit off. Like it's the anti number 7. Anyway, we get super lucky here. We get a polychrome shortcut, which is great for us. Skip a blind to get a negative joker. And we're really just trying to maximize our last few blinds. There's not a lot of boss blinds that are going to trouble us too much with this deck. We are pretty much flying now. Break up quads again to play a flush house, which is absolutely the right thing to do. Based on what I was saying before, you know, flush house is the one we've improved. Even though we're only on level 3, with all our multipliers, it does just make it absolutely worthwhile. And we're even comfortably winning when the Ancient Joker is on black. We get a really useless negative joker, unfortunately. And we test something out here. Depending on the way the trigger's worded, it might allow us to get the buy value of eternal jokers. So we test that out just to see whether it works, and it doesn't, unfortunately. So it's the trigger for improving the sacrificial dagger is dependent on being able to destroy the joker, which is reasonable. You need to be able to make the sacrifice to get the bonus, so I think that's fine. But it's unclear from the wording. Like I come from, I hate to say it, but I come from a Magic the Gathering background, and so depending on the wording of that trigger, it could have gone either way. So I just wanted to find out for sure. As we skip through some rerolls and some celestial packs. I think we skip this one just because we're confident that we're there. We're confident we can beat the Verdant Leaf, and the sacrificial dagger ironically becomes the sacrifice that we need. We play a flush house here. Give ourselves a little pat on the back because we are winner winner chicken dinner. Nice one. Go us. Looks like you weren't bluffing. Thanks for watching.